Hey, good morning, folks. I'm attorney Roger P. Foley, and I'm driving to the courthouse this morning, and it's been a fun week. I hope I'm not getting a cold. It's been a fun week on a few levels. I've had a couple of calls. I had one gentleman that called and said, telling me a situation. And I said, okay, doesn't really work that way. There's a process to this, and let me explain. And he screams into the phone, if you're not with me, you're a dead man. Woo! I asked my receptionist, I was like, is that a threat? Like, she's like, you better be careful. I'm like, I'm just telling people what the law is. I'm not, it's like, then I had a family member of a client who I have no fiduciary duty to, screaming in the back of the phone. Obviously I'm talking to my client on the phone, and what is he doing for that money? Just like, and this same person, last time I was on the phone with my client, had something to say too. I mean, it's kind of funny because I'm not even on the case like very long, and it's just the beginning of the case, and I was like, and then the client says, hey, get out of here, to the other person. And I said, no, put him on. Like, why don't you guys come in the office? You can come in and talk to me face to face. Whatever he's got to say, he can say it to me face to face. Like, I was a little irked at that one, just because of the demeanor. Like, I'm gonna do something other than do everything I can to win. I mean, I can't even fathom, like, 19 years in the game, great success percentage, if I may say so myself, or as other people have noticed, and someone's like telling me like I'm not moving quick enough, or I'm not doing it, and it's the simple of cases. And I think that's one of my pet peeves, is when someone calls the office. Let's say a potential client calls the office, and it happens more often than not. Well, I wouldn't say more often than not. It happens fairly regular, where someone calls and goes, yep, it's a simple case, and they just start off with conclusionary statements. I'm not guilty. The police made all kinds of mistakes, or the witness is like, I get it, but in court, I can't just give a conclusionary statement like, hey, the witness is lying. I have to demonstrate that the witness is lying. So when people go, this is just a simple misdemeanor, or this is just a simple life felony. I'm only facing life, but it's simple, Mr. Phil. I mean, you should get this should be dismissed. Any competent lawyer would get this dismissed in, a week. I just go, well, you're right. It from what you're saying, it sounds very simple. I mean, you might want to, represent yourself. I mean, you have it locked down. So I wish you the best of luck. It's not a case that I'd be interested in. That's how I deal with it. You got to look out for the warning signs. People are telling you something's easy that you have a lot of experience in, and nothing's easy. Nothing's easy. Sometimes you get lucky, but there always seems to be some factor that is a huge obstacle. I'm good at going around obstacles, going through obstacles, jumping over obstacles, but you can't win every case, and every case is definitely not easy. And then what was the third one? There was another one. My wife has me drinking matcha every morning. Oh geez, I'm already forgetting what the other one was. Brain fart as I drive to work this morning. I had if you're not for me or against me, I had the family member saying that, There's another. That's what it was. Then a gentleman calls me on a personal injury case, and I try to do things ethically, right? So the person tells me, hey, I don't have a primary physician. And I say, okay, well, why don't you talk to some friends and family members, see, get some names for some doctors, and, go to the doctor, because it's important. You went to the emergency room, I get it. He goes, well, you can't just give me doctors? And I go, well, no, I don't just, because, and here's why. Just imagine a deposition on a personal injury case, right? And someone says, yep, I went to the hospital. Well, how did you find Dr. Smith? Oh, my attorney told me to go to him or to her. Does that look shady? Does that have the appearance of impropriety? I think it does. I think the world thinks it does, because it sort of implies that I have some relationship with a doctor who may testify in a manner that goes along with what I'm saying, right? That fortifies, or maybe word colludes with my opinion of the case, or my theory of the case. So no, I don't just set people up with doctors. Now, if someone asks, I might say, well, I go to this doctor. For me, I may have had a client that has had a positive experience with a doctor, but no, I get calls every single day, folks. You don't even know. Like chiropractors, orthopedic, neurosurgeons, their assistants are calling, our office. Hey, I'd just like to let you know about my company and this and that. Now, respectfully, you could send me a resume, right? Hey, I'm a doctor in town. Okay, I could have maybe a list. I could see, hey, you went to whatever college and you did your residency where, and you did your... Is it really ethical, though? So the guy's like, well, I don't know anyone here. I said, well, just listen, talk to your girlfriend, talk to your best friend, like, the people that you hang out with all the time, and just see. And apparently that pissed the guy off, because he was like, yeah, thanks anyway. Like, it's just weird. It's, everybody's angry. I don't know. I'm going to stick with my ethics. I'm not, if someone calls and they call, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 doctors, and they can't get in and they need to get in, it's not quite an emergency, but they really, it's not like you go to the hospital. The hospital just checks you to make sure you're not going to die today. But you really, most people after an accident, they need to get into a doctor. I don't just go, my friend Billy. That's just not me. I can't direct medical care. I am not a medical professional. I mean, I have common sense, but I'm going to always defer to a doctor. So I don't want that appearance of impropriety. Now, some people go, well, all the law firms do that. Okay, well, that's fine. They can do that, and they're bigger and better, and they make billions of dollars, and you can see them on every billboard as I'm driving down 95 right now. Cool. And you're going to get lost in the shuffle, and, the generic answer to that is, if you want a really good hamburger, do you go where millions have been served, or do you go to the local guy? The guy that sitting there, he's working, his wife's working, his kids are working, his nephew's working, and it's a family business, and they put the best damn burger together, and that he's not using, crappy ingredients, and he talks to you. And the same guy that owns it's the same guy that's, sweeping the table, sweeping the floor, mop, wiping down the table. Where do you think you get the better service? Where do you think? Why was the television show Cheers so popular back in the day? It's a place you go, right? It's a place where everyone knows your name. That's what happens when you're not with the biggest law firms. everyone in the office will know your name. I'll know your name. You'll know my name. So anyway, that's my stuff for the week. Have a great day. See ya.